before incarceration, I was pregnant with my second child, my daughter. I sold drugs, basically, before the connection for years and years and years. And that's how I maintained and took care of my family. My mom, was an addict for as long as I can remember. And she taught me how to cook up the drugs and things like that. And, I don't know. I guess she was giving me what she could. That was the life that I knew. That's all that I knew. And I knew that would keep a roof over my head, so my kids wouldn't be taken, and put in 20 foster homes or anything like that. And that's what I did. Prison. That is a place that I do not ever want to go again. It was definitely a learning experience, because without me going in that direction, there is no telling where I would be right now. I just wanted to get home, basically, to my children. I wanted to raise my children because my parents didn't raise me. And a lot of negative things happened to me while growing up in different places. And I just couldn't imagine, any of that happening to my kids. So my main focus was to behave myself in there and get out as soon as I could to get home to take care of my children. I went to school and I got my certified nurse's assistant license. Got on a bus and went to all these places, and I guess sold myself pretty well because I had never had a job in the nurse's field, and I got my first job. My experience with supportive housing and the connection was great. I had a worker, her name was Lauren DeYoung. She really showed an interest in me. Like, she seen stuff that I don't think nobody has seen in me in, forever. I just wasn't used to that type of, I don't know, just somebody caring like that for me, a complete stranger. Taught me how to budget my money. We had a little budget plan that we went over because that was one of the main things that I was scared of, not knowing how to budget. Like, I was working still as a CNA. So I was able to pay my rent, but I had got a voucher from you guys. The voucher pays majority of my rent, and I pay 30% of my income, which is life-saving, because that was my whole reason for being in the street selling drugs, to maintain a roof over me and my children's head. That was my whole, so I don't have to do that. Even if I don't have a lot of money to spare, or we have a roof over our heads. And that's like priceless. I have 2 children. My son, Sean, who's 11, and my daughter, Marquasia, who will be 7 in September. And they're just the greatest. They're the greatest. They're the reason why I strive so hard just to stay in a perfect straight and narrow. I mean, for me too, but them. They're the reason why I guess I'm living, make sure that they don't go through any of the things I went through. Life today is a lot less stressful than it was years ago. What I would definitely advise someone that was in a position where I came from was to never give up hope. There's always hope. For me, what worked for me was just a lot of prayer. Cause even, I still struggle. Like, every day I still struggle. I'm not, out of the clear. I'm just a little stronger than I was years ago. So, I kind of, and plus I don't ever want to go back to where I came from. But just basically never give up hope. There is hope.
All across Connecticut, families like Lakeisha's are finding real hope through programs like the Connections Supportive Housing for Families. Tonight we're excited to tell you about the new Kids for Cultural Arts initiative, where we'll connect hundreds of deserving kids and their parents several times a year with rich cultural arts experiences. It may be hard to believe, but many at-risk kids have never seen a musical or experienced the joy of expressing themselves through art. And since supportive housing for families serves to reunify children with parents, the Kids for Cultural Arts initiative will create a solid foundation for a significant number of local families. This evening, you have the opportunity to take care of a year's worth of fun cultural arts activities for a child in need for only $250. And for your generous gift in our upcoming live action, you'll take home a lovely framed artwork piece drawn by a child who's expressed what hope means to me. We accept checks and all major credit cards, and your gift is tax deductible. So consider now making a real and lasting impact on a local child and family in need, and thank you for caring.